Okay, so it's been a while since I've made a video on Final Fantasy XIV. It's not because I quit the game or anything like that. I am actually still progressing through the latest raid, and I've had a lot of fun in the new variant dungeons. Still struggling to find anyone to do the Criterion with, though. I mean, it's really just been more of a case that there hasn't been much to talk about until today. FanFest 2023 began this weekend, and with it came a 1.5-hour keynote address that dropped some insanely awesome announcements. The first big, but I guess not all that surprising announcement, was the trailer for the newest expansion called DAWNTRAIL. Now, to be perfectly honest, my first impression of the trailer was, I felt kind of underwhelmed by it. I didn't have that feeling of hype or excitement that I did when I was watching the previous trailers. But upon watching it a few more times, it dawned on me. That was the point. This isn't going to be a high-stakes expansion about saving the world. It's a brand new adventure that's taking us to a completely different continent. If the trailer's goal is to set up the atmosphere, then this one is looking like it's going to be a lighthearted journey, which would be a nice break, especially after everything that we've been through. We also got a little bit of information about the story. We learned that there's this city of gold that our heroes want to find, and to discover the location, they get swept up in a competition between two candidates looking to become the leader of our new hub city, named Tuliolal. In a twist, the Scions become split on who they think should be the new ruler, and I think that premise sounds awesome. I really hope that we get to choose which one we want to follow, and that changes the way that the story plays out. As for the new locations, they look beautiful. We are going into a tropical paradise, and it just looks like it's going to be a fantastic place to hang out. I love the aesthetic of the new hub city. I just wish that there were more screenshots or video. But you know what they say, leave them wanting more. We also learned that the two new job types are going to be a physical melee DPS and a magical range DPS. I was actually kind of surprised about the physical melee DPS since we just got Reaper, but the magical range DPS has been long overdue. And the roles were of course hinted at by Naoki Yoshida's t-shirt reveal, so guessing the new jobs based off of this is part of the fun. And I think going by their weapons, I would guess maybe Leonardo's swords could be a hint at the melee role, maybe Rune Knight or Mystic Knight, and then there's Donatello's bow staff, which could point at staff wielders, maybe Geomancer or Time Mage. But yeah, what do you guys think? And what do you hope for? Personally, I would love to see Time Mage. I think that could make for a really fun support class, though I have no idea how they would make it work. Alright, so next up, the graphics are getting a major overhaul in 7.0. This was absolutely needed. The game has certainly been showing its age, but then again, what do you expect from a game designed over 10 years ago? So the first thing that they showed off was an armor set. Immediately, I noticed that there is more detail in the metal. You can see all the little imperfections in it. It's also got more of a shine, and of course, it's less jagged and pixelated. I thought that it looked fantastic, and their goal is to eventually update every single piece of armor to this quality. I also thought that they did a great job at updating the character models, while still remaining true to their original form. The changes here are not as drastic as the armor, but you can see that the hair has a little bit more detailing. The faces, they have a higher resolution, and the one that really showcased the faces was the Hrothgar. That was a night and day difference. The eyes, they also show more life, if that makes any sense. Outside of the characters and armor, the environments are also getting a bump in resolution and fidelity. They look very crisp and shiny. You can really see the difference in the metal surfaces. The way they shine and reflect add a lot to the impact. These changes are going to make me want to go through all of the zones over again, just to see them in action. But the biggest improvement is without a doubt the grass. It just looks amazing. There's so much more volume, the textures are vastly improved, it's so colorful, and this is what I am looking the most forward to seeing when it finally comes out. Another colorful change coming in 7.0 is an update to the dye system. We will now be able to dye stuff with two different colors, effectively doubling the amount of customization available. I really look forward to going through Eorzea Collection and seeing all of the interesting stuff that players can come up with. And speaking of customization, they are also adding the ability to wear glasses wherever you want. Your headgear will no longer interfere with this, which is pretty cool. So speaking as a raider, a feature that made me smile ear to ear is the upcoming raid planner. Not having to click outside of the game to review positions or to plan for mechanics is a huge quality of life improvement. This is already a massive win for PC raiders, so if you're a console gamer, you know, all the better. Now, getting back into Endwalker, in 6.5 there's going to be a Fall Guy crossover event, which, going by the audience's reaction, didn't exactly blow up the room. And I get it, everyone there is a Final Fantasy XIV fan, and what does Fall Guys have to do with that? But I think this could be a really good thing. It's introducing Final Fantasy XIV to a whole new demographic, who then might come over and give the game a try. And as for the Final Fantasy XIV side of the collaboration, they're going to be adding an obstacle course to the Gold Saucer, and from the screenshots that they showed, it looks like a lot of fun, and I look forward to running it, and seeing if I can actually be the last one standing. Lastly, Final Fantasy XIV was finally announced for the Xbox. I was really excited for this because I've actually known for a while that this has been in development, and I've been waiting for this announcement for multiple live letters at this point. The reception yet again seemed pretty lukewarm, but I get it, everyone at FanFest is already playing the game. But I really do think that this was a huge announcement. This is going to open up Final Fantasy XIV to many more players. I personally know several gamers who will play Final Fantasy XIV for the first time when it comes out to the Xbox. And if they put it on Game Pass, which I can totally see happening, that would be a great way to get a lot of players to give it a try. I want to see 14 get more and more popular, and I think the crossover event with Fall Guys and coming out for Xbox will help do just that. Anyways, so that's gonna be all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye!